we now move to the concrete challenges steam drying metawave are facing, how much energy do these processes actually use today, and what are the resulting CO₂ emissions. To answer these questions, we have prepared a challenge session in which we have Sabrina Dusek, research engineer at AIT, Austrian Institute of Technology, and Elena Colombini, associate professor of metallurgy at the Department of Energy, Enzo Ferrari, University of Modena and Reggio Emilia. They will present the current picture of energy use and emissions in key industrial processes such as paperboard, drying, ceramics, asphalt, and aluminium. So we start with Sabrina. The floor is yours.
So thank you very much for the introductions. I'm representing the project Steam Dry today, so my presentation will focus on the paper and board industry, as this is the focus in the Steam Dry project. So starting with an overview of the European pulp and paper industry in the year 2024 with some figures here. So in Europe there were 840 mills running more than 1,000 paper machines. Moreover, there were 34,000 kilotons pulp produced in this year, and also around 80,000 kilotons paper and board were produced primarily for Europe. In Europe, there are also technology suppliers which providing the technologies needed in this industry. And there is a high proportion of raw material for this industry available in Europe. Also in the sector, as recycling rate is very high. As you can see here in this diagram, the share of the final energy consumption from the pulp and paper sector amounts around 12% of the total industrial final energy consumption of Europe. Depending on the country, this share can be up to 56% of the country's final energy consumption. You can see also that in 2024, the direct CO₂ emissions amounted around 22 megatons. Here only emissions from fossil fuels are considered. Coming to my next slide, you can see another diagram. It shows different energy carriers for the energy supply in the pulp, paper, and printing industry in the year 2024. So there is a really high share of renewables and biofuels used in the sector, 36%. There's also 30% electricity used, but still there is fossil fuels consumed in the sector. Here you can see natural gas amounted 24%. A very energy intensive process in the paper industry is the drying process. It needs around 70% of the energy used in the paper industry. There are in general different drying types used in this sector, but the most commonly used is the cylinder dryer. So here you can see a picture of that. So the wet paper is passed over steam heated cylinders and dried. There is also supplied air in the surrounding, which takes this evaporated water. So there is wet humid air at the exhaust. And this exhaust air has a high amount of energy which could be used. And we are in Steam Dry focusing on drying process in the paper industry, as we want to develop this new process by replacing the air with superheated steam. So we want to recirculate this superheated steam. And still, as there is water evaporated, there is a surplus mass flow available at the dryer outlet, which has a high amount of energy, which could be recovered. And compared to using air, this can be done by a higher temperature level, as to get the water out of humid air, you need to cool it down to the dew point, which is in general at a lower temperature level than the condensation temperature of steam, depending on the pressure. So the energy could be recovered at higher temperature level by, for example, using a steam compressor supplied by electricity to increase the temperature and the pressure of the surplus mass flow, and therefore reheat the process streams or other processes. So this drying process would be electrified, and not only electrified, also the efficiency, energy efficiency of this process would be increased. So the CO₂ emissions can be reduced, and we looked at different concepts of different drying conditions based on mass and energy balances, and got an theoretical energy saving potential up to 80%, depending on the conditions and the concept. So I'm already at the last slide of my presentation. So we have around to give a short summary, that was around 12% of the European final energy consumption is used by the pulp and paper industry, and still around 27% of this energy consumption is provided by fossil fuels. So with superheated steam drying, we would increase the efficiency of the drying process, which is a main process in the paper industry, and we would electrify this process. And by rolling out this technology, we would significantly reduce the energy consumption and the CO₂ emissions of the pulp and paper sector. Thank you very much.